If you are tired of hearing the same old advice when it comes to saving money on groceries, then you are gonna like today's video because I've got some new tips to share when it comes to saving money at the grocery store. I'm gonna take you shopping with me to multiple stores to show you what I'm buying. I'm gonna share with you a delicious dinner recipe that I made last night, and I'm also gonna share with you 3 grocery savings hacks that you might not have thought of yet. One of the first things I want you to do is to consider overhauling your grocery budget. Not necessarily how much you're spending, but what you consider to be a grocery expense. My husband and I have a line item in our budget called recreation. And it is what it sounds like, for one thing. Going out to movies, going out to dinner, restaurant, takeaway, even like fast food or pizza, that's not something that comes out of our food budget. It comes out of that recreation budget. But other things that come out of that recreation budget are things like alcohol, beer, wine, beverages like sodas. We don't spend the grocery money on those kinds of items. And there have been times when we've expanded it to other things, like any kinds of snacky items, cookies, chips, birthday party things. Like those types of items are not essentials. During tight times, the recreation budget is one of the first line items in our household budget to go. That has really challenged us to get out there and do a few side hustles and try to make a little money to afford some of those luxuries. Years ago, my husband would occasionally get an honorarium for officiating a wedding, or sometimes he would sell something on Amazon or Facebook Marketplace. I would consign our kids' clothes and toys when they were no longer using them. I would teach a few voice lessons, and just those little side hustles allowed us to build up that recreation budget so that we could have some of those non-essential things and not be spending grocery money on them. So I'm not saying don't buy the soda or the beer, or don't buy the chips or the snacks or the cookies. I'm just saying maybe put those in a different line item, a different category in your budget, so that you can challenge yourself to afford those in a different way. One beverage though that I'm not spending money on, save for a couple of gallons that I store for emergency uses, is water. Bottled water is just not a regular purchase for me because we have perfectly good tap water that we drink, which is why I'm so excited to be working again with Water Drop to bring you today's video. Water Drop makes high quality glass and stainless steel water bottles. I've been using these for months now, but they aren't just functional, they're absolutely beautiful. They have a variety of different designs, different colors, different products, and these make fantastic gifts. In addition to lots of different kinds of water bottles and tumblers, including some kid-friendly water bottles that come with a leak-proof sipping spout that you can use, Water Drop also makes water flavorings that come in the form of little cubes that you drop into your water, hence the name Water Drop. I've tried lots of different flavors from their standard line, and they also make an electrolyte version and an energy version that has caffeine, and they recently put out a tea version of their water drops with lots of different tea flavored water flavorings, and I am drinking the iced tea peach today. Something really cool that I noticed on their website recently, they have advent calendars. They have kind of a luxury one that is lots of accessories as well as their water drops, I think, and then they have one that's just their water drop flavorings, different ones for each day in the calendar. I think that would make a really fantastic gift, or just be something fun to invest in. I mean, if you watch my channel, you know that I'm kind of a sucker for the advent calendars. Do yourself a favor and go to the Water Drop website and just have a look around. There's a link in the description box below. See what they have to offer. It's so much more than just plain old water bottles. There's lots of really cool items there. They recently sent me an ice cube tray that makes long cylinder ice that is perfect for dropping into their bottles. So cool. Don't forget that Christmas is coming. So if you find something that you want to give as a gift or that you just want for yourself, I have a code. It's CMindyMom. It'll give you 15% off. Again, that link is in the description box below, and the code is CMindyMom for 15% off. And thank you to Water Drop for sponsoring today's video. I am actually in Walmart today picking up a few Ibotta deals. One of the ways that I used to fund our recreation budget is through rebate apps. I would save up my Ibotta points or my Fetch reward points, and I would trade them in for gift cards that we could use to go out to dinner, for restaurants, maybe even Amazon or Walmart gift cards that I could spend on the things that I didn't want to spend my grocery budget money on. These ocean spray snacks are a BOGO deal in Ibotta, and we have swim meets coming up. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a couple of packages of those because I think they would make good swim meet packages, or good swim meet snacks that are pre-packaged. Another swim meet prep purchase with an Ibotta rebate. I would really like a loaf of bread for tonight's dinner, so might as well get it from the discount bakery rack. Let's see, this one is 93 cents, a little bit more than I used to paying here on the discount rack, but That's okay. Might as well get an okay deal on our favorite dressing. I am picking up 2 of these really sturdy square laundry baskets because one of you shared a genius tip for grocery shopping, especially at places like Aldi where you've got to bring your own bags. Just put everything in the laundry basket and then bring it into the house and put it away. Why haven't I thought of that before? So thank you to whoever mentioned that to me, whoever suggested it to me. I am taking you up on that amazing tip. Another money-saving tactic that perhaps we haven't all tried yet is to eat the same foods, because variety is a luxury when you're on a budget. When I am putting together extreme budget meal plans, a lot of times the hard work is in piecing the puzzle together, meaning trying to figure out how to use certain ingredients across multiple dishes. Now, a lot of people will follow this tactic when they're thinking about proteins. You know, if chuck roast and chicken breast are on sale, a lot of people are already thinking about how they're gonna use just those 2 proteins in their dishes. But sometimes we need to take it even farther. Maybe I'm doing a really great job of utilizing another money-saving tactic when it comes to groceries, and that is making a meal plan. But if my meal plan includes one recipe that uses pasta, one recipe that uses rice, one recipe that uses gnocchi, that's a lot of different starches that I'm having to purchase. Maybe it would be better if I utilize potatoes this week as the starch, because I can actually get a 5-pound bag of potatoes for 97 cents on sale and with a coupon at my store. And when it comes to vegetable sides, I personally am eating vegetables for the nutrition. I don't need for it to pack like a whole bunch of flavor. So if I find a really great deal on a value pack of frozen veggies, or if green beans are on special and I can get several pounds of those for a really great price, then that's probably what is going to be the vegetable side in my meals, even though it's a repeat. I know it can be a bit of a bummer to think about eating some of the same foods or some of the same meals or using some of the same starches or same vegetables or same proteins in our meal plan for the week, but it is a good practice in saving money, and sometimes that means that we just have to delay gratification. If there's a recipe we really want to make, maybe we just add that recipe to the next week's meal plan, or wait for the ingredients for that particular recipe to go on sale. And I'll be perfectly honest, were it not for the fact that I have a YouTube channel where I make food content and I have to change it up and show different things from time to time, we'd probably be eating a lot of the same stuff over and over again, not just as a money-saving tactic, but because I know that that's what my family likes and it's really easy. There's a 50-cent coupon in the app for the 5-pack of Kraft mac and cheese, which drops the price to $3.47 for the 5-pack. And when you price it per box, it's like 70 cents per box. It's just a good pantry item to have, and also something that my kids are often taking to school for donations during food drives. The 10-count Mission tortillas are on sale, buy one, get one, so that would make the price $1.30 per package, which is a great deal on this name brand of tortilla. So I'm going to pick up a couple packages of those. I'm really tempted to pick up the others that they have on sale, buy one, get one, which are the extra thin corn tortillas. I never see these on sale. Did you guys know they make chalupa bread? That Mission brand makes this? I have not seen this. Okay, I'm gonna have to get that pretty soon for a recipe. Not today, but I'm gonna remember that because I love chalupas. We need to make some homemade ones, don't you think? Sandwich stuff is on my list to pick up for lunch packing, and Sara Lee butter bread is also a buy one, get one today, so I'm gonna pick up 2 loaves of that and pop one of them in the freezer for later. I realize $5.99 a pound doesn't seem like a great deal for chicken breast, but when you realize that it's also BOGO, so it's buy one package, get another free, that basically drops the price to $3 a pound as long as I pick up 2 that are right around the same amount as far as the weight goes. 97 cents for a bag of tortilla chips with the in-app coupon that I've already clipped to my card is a really fantastic deal. The limit is 5, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick up 3 of these. This brand of salsa is also a BOGO deal, and it drops the price to under $2.50 per jar. I mean, most of the name brands are way above that. Even the store brand is $2 on sale, so I'm not paying that much more to support this particular company, which, judging by the lid, looks like it's out of Louisiana because I can kind of see it there on the lid, the outline of the state. Can you see it? 1 pound, so 16-ounce blocks of cheese in the store brand are less than $3 after a coupon is applied. That's a great price, so I'm gonna pick up 2. I think I'm gonna do a Monterey Jack and then a sharp cheddar. The Sargento balanced brakes are also a BOGO deal. and it makes a package of 3 like less than $2. I think it comes out to 60 cents per little container, and my daughter loves the Triscuit ones, and those are really hard to come by, so I actually picked up 4 of those packages of 3 to pop in the fridge for her to take for swim practice snacks. I'm feeling a little peckish, so I'm gonna pick up one of these containers of fruit because it's only $2. It's reduced, so I'll snack on that on my way home. Oh my goodness, these look so fantastic. These slices of double doozy cookies. Ugh, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I just pulled into Aldi where I am actually going to do the bulk of my grocery shopping today. And while things like meal planning, shopping your pantry, clipping some coupons, shopping weekly sales, visiting multiple stores where it is convenient are grocery savings tips that we've all been sharing over and over again, especially as inflation has our heart rate up at the cash register. One thing I think that we could spend a little more time talking about is the idea of shopping less, making fewer trips to the grocery store, shopping less often than we're used to. Now I realize that I am one of the worst offenders when it comes to this little tip. It's sort of an occupational hazard because I often find myself in grocery stores several times throughout the week filming for a video or shopping for a specific video. It's just part of my job. But when I make an effort to delay a trip to the grocery store, it makes me a lot more cognizant, a lot more aware of the food that I already have on hand in the house. And sometimes it's stuff that needs to get used up because it's perishable. It will go to waste if I don't find a way to use it. If you are truly using every single item that you purchase, every single grocery haul before you go back to the grocery store, you're probably in the minority. I mean, I'm mainly thinking about American households. That's where I live in the US, and about 85% of my audience is from the US. And I think if we're being honest, a lot of us admit that we have food in our refrigerators, we have food in our pantries, some of which will go to waste if we go to the store to get more food before we eat that food. It may be leftovers from previous meals, it may be open packages of things, it may be produce that is about to spoil, and sometimes we actually have to make ourselves make an effort to use those things because that's money that we've already spent. And you might be amazed over the course of a year the difference it makes in your grocery budget if you make an effort to delay going to the grocery store by just a day or two every now and then. So if you normally go a couple times a week, can you only go once a week? If you normally go every week, can you go every 10 days or even 2 weeks? Even just every once in a while, kind of stretch out that time between trips to the grocery store because it limits impulse buying. It encourages us to use up food that we already have. It may not be exactly what we want to eat that last helping of potato soup instead of making something completely new, but at least that soup will get eaten. It won't go to waste, and we can have what we were planning to have the next day. It's just a little bit of delayed gratification. Because sometimes when I'm throwing a fit about not wanting to eat leftovers, or I feel like I've just got to make a trip to the grocery store because we're out of such and such, it's more about me wanting what I want instead of just getting what I need, which I already have on hand in the house. I'm picking up a 3-pound bag of mandarin oranges for $2.49. 2 pounds of Honeycrisp apples for $2.29. And I made sure I picked out one where the apples aren't bruised. Check your apples. Some zucchini for $1.29 a pound. Plus some romaine hearts for salads. Baby carrots. Mini cucumbers. Gee, why are graham crackers so much now? I'm gonna get a package of these little snack sticks. Green beans. Ruthie's favorite pretzels. We are completely out of foil, so I'm glad I remembered while I'm standing here. Yes, yes, yes. My last trip to Trader Joe's, I got the Bomba Puffs, you know, the peanut butter puffs that I used to really like, but they did not taste the same as I remember. These are my jam. I should probably pick up 2 bags because they're seasonal, at least in my store. Do you guys pronounce this Spätzle or Spätzle? It's been a while since I was singing, you know, German art songs and arias in college, 20-something years ago. I want to say it's Spätzle, but I've heard it said Spätzle. They have an apple pie milk chocolate. I don't need it, but I do. I need to try this. I need to try this. I see you, caramel apple trail mix. I see you. I'll be back for you another day if you're still here. Please be here. Turkey pepperonis, some beef stock for a recipe tonight, but not this broken, sad-looking one. Am I dreaming, or did Aldi used to have onion soup mix? You know, like Lipton onion soup, but the Aldi brand. Did I just make that up? Because I'm not seeing it. Somebody tell me I'm not crazy. Okay, that is problematic because I've already been to Walmart and I don't want to go back. I know I can make onion soup mix. I was just looking for it to be easy. I actually think if I make onion soup mix, I need either chicken or beef bouillon. I can't remember, so I think I'll just get both because I'm out. I'll use that eventually. And I'll just have to make the onion soup mix when I get out. Whipped cream cheese, plus a block of cream cheese, but I think I'm gonna get Neuchâtel. I can never pronounce that. The third less fat cream cheese. Cottage cheese for a recipe you'll be seeing soon. 1 wedge of Parm. That's Asiago. Oh, you see Parmesan way back there. I'm going to attempt something with this grilling cheese tonight, you'll see. Turkey breast for sandwiches. I'm gonna pick up some of this stew meat that's on sale. We're gonna make a delicious soup tonight, I'll show you. Some rotisserie chicken, already cooked, already pulled out the bone. I'm gonna use this to make like easy lunches for myself this week. Okay, I can totally dig the apple pie milk chocolate. It's kind of like a caramel bar. And the chocolate has a little bit of apple flavoring, which makes total sense to me. I mean, 'tis the season for caramel apples, am I right? So now, let's get home and get dinner going. I've got a fun recipe to share with you. When I saw that the beef stew meat was part of the weekly sale at Aldi this week, I was thinking, man, yeah, beef stew, that sounds really good. But my son is not a huge fan of potatoes, and he's been a good sport the last week because we've actually had potatoes several nights. So a quick search brought up one of my friend Carrie's recipes. Her website is Eating on a Dime, and she also runs Lazy Day Cooking Club with her sister Christina. You've heard me mention those websites before. And this recipe is for a beef noodle soup. So I'll leave that linked in the description box below so you can check it out. But I'm gonna get that going in the crock pot and show you how I'm making it. I used my kitchen shears to cut the beef up into slightly smaller pieces. I have it here in my crock pot. And I'm also gonna add just a little bit of sliced carrot. This is like 1 large carrot that I sliced up. Not called for in the recipe, but I'm adding it in. Since I don't have onion soup mix, I am going to add about a tablespoon of dried minced carrot. Oops, it's a little bit more than a tablespoon. Minced carrot, minced onion. Dried minced onion, about a tablespoon. A pinch of onion powder, a pinch of garlic powder, a pinch of paprika, a little salt, a little pepper, and 1 beef bouillon cube. Even though I'm about to add beef stock to this, onion soup mix, often you will have, at least the recipes for the homemade versions, they'll have like beef bouillon or chicken bouillon granules that are called for in the recipe. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there for the flavor. Golly. You really want to make sure this is sealed. Okay. And boop. 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire. But why get out the measuring spoons now, right? 4 cups, which is 1 quart or 32 ounces of beef broth, or beef stock is what I'm using. Glug, 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 glug. Plus 4 cups of water. Lid on. It's late in the day, so I'm gonna cook this on high. I've got some veggies heating up in the microwave for my lunch that I'm putting together now. But I thought about using that spätzle, those egg noodles that I saw in Aldi in this recipe. But I also knew that here at home in my pantry, I already have a bag of egg noodles that's partially used. And since we're talking about, you know, money saving tactics, like using up stuff that's in our pantry, shopping our pantry first is a big one. So I figured that I would go ahead and just use this bag of egg noodles to add to the soup later on. This has been cooking on high for 8 hours. And the beef is done. It's actually pretty tender. I would have liked to cook it for another couple of hours or so just to make it even more tender, but it's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and add the egg noodles now. This is about half of a 1 pound bag, so about 8 ounces of egg noodles. There's plenty of liquid in here for the egg noodles to cook, but I'll keep an eye on it. See if I need to add some more liquid so that it's a little more soupy as opposed to like a casserole. I'm gonna pop the lid back on. I'm gonna keep this on high. It should only take about 15 to 20 minutes for these egg noodles to cook up. And while this is cooking, I'm gonna make up some cheese toast. I'm gonna slice that French bread that I purchased today pretty thick. And I'm also gonna slice up that grilling cheese and put a little bit on each slice of bread and pop it under the broiler for a couple of minutes. Okay, so the cheese toast didn't quite turn out how I had envisioned. I was hoping that that would melt just enough to, you know, adhere to the top of the cheese, but it didn't really. I mean, it's still tasty. It's really good together. It just is like coming off of the bread. But the soup I'm gonna try now, pretty good. Not as rich as like a beef and noodles. It would have more like a gravy or a cream sauce. So definitely for nights when I'm wanting that comfort food, but I don't want it to be that rich, this is a good option. I hope you'll join me for my next video. Until then, pick out one of these to watch next, and don't forget to check out Water Drop. They're linked in the description box below.